It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care. My name is Candace Gish. Well, a huge thank you to all of you that have tuned in to today's program. We have a great one for you. We're going to be welcoming a brand new diva to my show, Danielle Ramirez, and I'm so excited to get to know her. She's got a lot of great things happening. She does a lot of amazing things out there for her community, and I can't wait for all of you to get to know her. If this is your very first time tuning in, a huge welcome. We have been going now for 11 seasons. The Divas That Care network is now listened to in over 30 countries around the world, and it's because of all of our amazing listeners that we've been able to do this. So thank you so much. Well, let's get started, everyone. Welcome to the show, Daniela. I'm so excited to be chatting with you today.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I am beyond thrilled to be here.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be so much fun today, Daniela. Would you mind kind of introducing yourself to all of our listeners today?
Sure. Yeah. So I am Danielle Ramirez. Like you mentioned, I wear a lot of different hats in the community. I am a mother of 3. I'm married. I'm a caretaker for my own mom. I'm a community mobilizer. I am putting together an anthology. But a little bit about not just my titles in life, but who I am. I'm just somebody who cares about our community and wants to see positive things happen. So I try to just weave the idea of positive change throughout all of the different aspects of my life, whether that's parenting or work or community involvement. I believe that people have the power to transform their lives when they're supported and when they set their minds to it. And so for me, that's just something that I'm continually learning how to do. I'm just being inspired by those around me, by the divas in your own network, by my children, and just hoping to also, inspire others.
Oh, I love that. And you're so authentic, and that's what I love about you. And to know that you surround yourself with amazing individuals is so empowering, because that's what I've always found over the years, is that when you can surround yourself with like-minded individuals and you're always uplifting one another, so many fantastic things can take place.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, you are a program director for Safe Streets Wichita. I would love just to hear about that. That sounds like an amazing program.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been involved with Safe Streets for about 8 years now. And what we do is we convene different sectors of the community to come together in this coalition to really address the issue of substance use, right? There's so many people that we encounter who will ask the question, well, why do people start using drugs in the first place? And, it's not a simple answer. There's a variety of reasons that people may start using substances. And so therefore we understand that there are a lot of different solutions to this issue. There's not just one answer. Each community is unique, each family, each individual is unique. So what works for one person may not work for another. And the way that communities come together to solve this issue will really vary depending on how it's set up. So anyhow, what we do is we pull together young people, parents, congregations, schools, law enforcement, you name it. We try to pull these different folks together to really brainstorm what the answers are. And so many times, we'll have just a ton of different strategies going on at the same time. So maybe that's, building awareness through radio ads, or maybe it's meeting with our local school board to try to pass policies that will help mitigate substance use. One thing that we tried, one of the important things that we try to incorporate into our work is just the understanding that a lot of folks may start using substances due to trauma. And so being informed about how trauma impacts people is really a key to us developing solutions as a community.
This is so cool. And this is probably something that is ongoing and it changes constantly because there's always new things that are popping up. And so you kind of put everything together. Is that correct?
Yeah, we utilize kind of a national framework called the Strategic Prevention Framework, and we try to ensure that what we're doing, that most of it is evidence-based. And so, we look at data. We look at what are the trends happening with young people. Vaping is really a big thing, so we work with other coalitions who address that. We know that, I'm not sure if you all have heard of fentanyl, but fentanyl use is on the rise locally. It's been the cause to many overdose deaths locally. Here, just about a month ago, we had 5 overdoses in a hotel, and it just devastated the family members of those, who accidentally or unintentionally may have overdosed because of the fentanyl being it can be put into, narcotics or prescription medications without people actually knowing about it. Sad.
So scary. Oh, my goodness.
It is.
Have you noticed quite an increase? We hear different things on the news that drug use and it has gone up in the last 18 months because of everything that has been happening in the world. Do you see that?
We do, and we really count on our partners who are in the field day to day with clients, with people to kind of keep us informed and up to date. But as far as we know, COVID-19 has exacerbated many mental health issues as well as substance use issues. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, my heart goes out to all those individuals.
Yeah, it can be rough. And one of the things, the message we want to send is, you're not alone. There is help out there. It can feel desolate. It can feel heartbreaking. It can feel like you're the only one, but you're not. And, that's part of what we're trying to do is get our community to come together to better provide resources for people who are experiencing these issues. Exactly.
Oh, well, I think you're doing an amazing job. So thank you for all that you're doing to support others out there.
Yeah, thank you.
So Danielle, I have another thing. You are a storyteller. I'd like to say that you're a storyteller, and you seem to be very passionate about that. And you've created something quite amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about that because I think it's going to inspire some of our listeners today.
Oh, wonderful.
So tell me about Stories by Danielle.
Yeah, okay, so you can't see me right now, but I'm smiling really, really big because the Being Wichita Women anthology is a project that is so near and dear to my heart, and I am so blessed to be in a position to really bring together a community of women here locally who are sharing their personal stories of trauma, adversity, but also resilience and healing. It started about a year and a half ago. I was at work at Safe Streets. I was down in the basement with a coworker, and we had these long to-do lists. It was almost Christmas break, and instead of tackling the things on our to-do list, we got into one of these deep, passionate conversations that are usually more rewarding than getting the to-do list done anyway. And anyhow, we were talking, and it was just like a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh, I need to write a book. I need to put a book. And it was just such a moment, such a strong moment that I knew that I had been called to help bring women together to just share a piece of their story. And so here we are today. We have almost 35 women who have agreed to be involved, and they are in the midst of writing their stories, and it will be ready for the public in 2020. So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What an amazing thing for your community to have these stories of these amazing women out there and that you can share them. To me, that's what it's all about. You know, I started the Divas That Care 11 years ago because of that reason, because I wanted to share these amazing stories. And you've done that in your anthology, and you're putting it together. And that's so exciting.
Yeah, thank you. And it's, you know, groups like yours, Divas That Care, and everybody involved. And I've seen the anthologies and yours, and they really serve as an inspiration and a roadmap to what I'm doing. So thank you for everything you and the others have done as well.
Oh, that is awesome. And that's exactly what we want to do here at the Divas, is if we can support and we can inspire others, then we know we've done our job. So when I heard that you were doing this anthology, I was so excited. I thought, oh, I can't wait to read these stories of these amazing women and then know that they're going to inspire others. It's that ripple effect. You know, if we can inspire one person, they can inspire one person, we can do so much good around the world.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And, you know, the kind of the goals of this book are twofold. It is exactly what you were talking about. It is so that our stories can impact others who may be experiencing things that maybe they're not exactly the same, but maybe they're similar, and people can, you know, see themselves in these stories. And the other thing is that the women involved will have a chance to maybe experience a little bit of, like, you know, not therapy, you know, per se, but the process might be therapeutic for them as they tell a story that really impacted their lives. So I'm really just excited to, you know, see the progress that the women who are telling their stories go through.
Oh, that is so great. So tell me, did you have a group set up before you had decided to do this anthology? Do you guys have a women's group in Wichita?
There are a lot of really phenomenal women's groups in Wichita. I did not have any of that set up ahead of time. Once I kind of got the calling or the light bulb, I just started brainstorming who I thought might be good to be involved. And then from there, it really just snowballed, because almost every single woman I talked to had somebody else that they wanted to be involved, somebody that they knew had a story to tell. And so through this process, one of the pillars, or one of the biggest things I wanted it to be based on was that we would be looking at these stories through an anti-racist lens, and ensuring that we are including the stories of those people who may not always get a chance to tell their story. Maybe they're part of a marginalized community. Maybe they're, you know, LGBT or Black, Indigenous, person of color. Diversity was extremely important to me, in that we are centering the voices and stories of those who don't always get to tell their story, quite frankly.
I love that. That is beautiful. And I hope that your contributors, all these amazing women authors that are a part of this, will come on the Divas That Care and share their stories with us also.
Oh, my goodness. I would love that, and I have no doubt that they would be excited to do just that.
That would be fantastic, because we would love to support you and your authors in any way that we can. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So, Danielle, one of the things I'd love to have you do is, when this book is out there, when this anthology is released, come back on the Divas, share with us, and then we can share with all of our listeners so how they can get your book at that time.
Wonderful. I will definitely plan to do that. As I mentioned, the women are in the midst of writing their stories, so it'll be available next year. And if it's okay with you, I might just mention the Facebook page, that way people
Perfect.
can, kind of follow our progress if they're interested. That Facebook page is at Being Wichita Women, and you will see the women and femmes who are featured there. So wonderful.
Oh, I am very excited for you. Congratulations on this endeavor. I think it's going to be exactly what your community needs, and then also what the rest of the world needs is to hear stories like this.
Oh, thanks. You just made my day, and I just appreciate your time and inviting me on to talk about all these lovely projects.
Yay. Well, you are an amazing woman. Danielle, last minute thing I always ask our guests, is there anything else that's going to be happening in the future? I know that you're quite busy, or do you have any tips or tools, things that you can leave our listeners that can help them?
Yeah, sure. So of course, I have, 500,000 ideas of other things I might do in the future, but, it's really just all about prioritizing, not just for the projects that you want to do or the activities that you're passionate about, but really just prioritizing yourself, and making sure that you're taking the time to get in tune with not just who you are, but what you really want in life. I feel like it's really easy to just slip away in the day-to-day, whether that's caring for children or working or chores, or caring for pets or whatever it may be. It's really too easy just to lose ourselves and to forget about, why we're really here on this earth. So I would just encourage listeners just to, take a little time for yourself and get back in touch with who you are and what you're meant to do.
That is wonderful advice. Thank you so much. I had such a great time chatting with you. I am loving getting to know you. I'm so inspired today, Danielle. I absolutely think that you are a change maker, and you're going to be doing so many fantastic for this world.
Oh, thank you so much, Candace.
And we'll definitely have you back on the show in the future.
I can't wait.
Me neither. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of our listeners. As I said, it's because of you guys that we've continued to do this for the last 11 years. I'm able to listen and chat and be inspired by all these amazing guests that come on our program and the guests that are on our other host programs. So make sure you check them out at divasthatcare.com. Support them in any way that you can. And if you have a recommendation for somebody to be on our program, please send them our way because we would love to have them. Again, thank you to my amazing guest today, Danielle. Thank you to all of our listeners. I hope that you do something kind today. Until next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.